This is Smud,
And this is Yuli.
and we are going to be doing a movie review.
That's right. Today we're going to be reviewing Paragon Lost.
Yes, this is our first episode of Smudboy Smash, so I hope you enjoy. So, what did you think overall of Mass Effect's anime version, the first version of their wonderful franchises, into the world of anime titled Paragon Lost?
Well, I didn't know what to expect from it. I haven't played any of the games, so I was coming in fresh. Completely fresh, no clue what the hell was going on. And I have to say the beginning, the first part, I found very, very boring. And only when it got to the last, 10 minutes.
So all the action in between, all the characters, the great characterization that Bioware is known for just wasn't there for you?
No, not really. I thought the characters were really comical, and the love triangle was really not the love triangle.
There was a love triangle?
No, not the love triangle. The main love story or attempt was really kind of a waste of time. But with main character and the blue chick.
Oh, I'm not even sure why the blue chick was even there. I'm not she's supposed to be an Asari, and if you don't know Asari, they're magical space aliens, monogendered. And they have natural biotics. You know that guy, one of the soldiers who was whipping energy blasts at everything? Well, he was a biotic. And Asari are naturally biotic. Every Asari knows how to use them. They have some training or schooling as they grow up.
She's a pacifist.
Well, obviously, but she never bothered to use it when she really could have helped people out running away. And it was like, why is she there? But you could say the same for a lot of the characters. Sure, they were all stereotypes, and you're expecting that because you don't have a lot of time to flesh out all the other characters. But here's this stock guy, and there's a problem with each and every one of them.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. Like you have even visually, you see a guy with glasses. You're thinking, okay, maybe it's a visor because there's all this kind of technology with visors and reading information on your glasses. Nope, this is just a pair of glasses.
Why is the geek always wearing glasses?
Yeah, and
he's the brainiac and he wears glasses.
The thing is that in the Mass Effect universe, there are no people with glasses as far as I remember. There's actually a character, her backstory, it's called Ashley Williams. She has, I think, myopia in the womb, so they correct that before she's even born. This is not even today, if you were in the military, they will correct your vision for you unless you want to join the Air Force or something. This is a very common thing today. And to see a guy with glasses in the military in the future is just so out of place. I don't know what they were going with and why. Then you have the biotic fellow, who's a one-man army. He just stands there.
Yeah, he just destroys everyone.
I know. It's like, why don't you have a team of biotics and just forget the guns? And even in the games, in Mass Effect 2, they nerfed everything the biotic can do, so you have to kill a guy with a gun pretty much. And it's just like, okay, so this is kind of silly. Mm-hmm. And the problem with him is he actually gets noticed, which I actually like this scene where he's with the other chick he's always sexually assaulting or whatever, harassing her. I don't even know what they were going with for that reason. He gives her his gun. He's like, hey, I don't need my gun. And he lobs it to her, but because he's a biotic, he mistakenly uses his biotics and it whips into the sand dune or whatever wall.
Yeah. And then reveals their position.
Yeah, and it's like...
Which, actually, I want to say something. These are special forces, right? They're supposed to be super advanced, right? Like, training-wise.
I think so. When it starts off, the guy, he's like, we're Marines, we're Alliance Marines. But then after the whole thing in the beginning, they talk to their powers that be, and they're like, no, we're Spec Ops. We should get a normal detachment to go survey this
well, the thing is, when they engage the space turtles, right? The guy's like, here's our plan, right? I'm going to go in the front. I'm going to distract, and you guys go around. Basically, a straightforward flanking maneuver. And the team freaks out. Like, they've never heard this plan before. This amazing strategy of flanking.
well, that's one thing. But the thing is, after the mission, the commander or whoever's in charge of the mission's like, Vega, I never taught you this. Like, where did you learn this? Like, this is all you. And I'm like, okay, yeah, where did he learn that? Where's the story of James Vega? And I thought this was it. So apparently, he's just this Black Horse lieutenant who just has these stupid ideas that everyone goes along with. because they're even dumber than him. And it's like, okay, great. Let's take on an entire pack of thirsty, bloodthirsty. What are they? Krogan? They're not Krogan. They're called Krogan mercenaries or whatever.
Which I thought were the best characters in the whole movie.
Yeah, they look pretty cool. Yeah. They look a lot different than what they usually do. It's kind of hard to draw that kind of detail from 3D to 2D. Mm-hmm. And I think that's where as an anime, if you're just watching it for the anime, the effects, you're going to have a good time. It's going to look good. It's going to sound good. So that was okay. But again, they were attacking a human colony that produces pharmaceuticals. And you're like, why? What's going on with that? And we don't know. And they just call these 3 drop ships down, and they get the crap knocked out of them. Yeah,
the 3 drop ships, 2 of them get destroyed, and then the last one, our hero drop ship, actually has weapons that can just destroy the Krogans. You notice, like, when they were flying away, they fired this super crazy weapon that just destroyed half of the Krogans.
Oh, really?
Like, they could have just kept flying the dropship around and shooting them. There was no point of landing.
Well, that was the funny thing. If they're so fast and so maneuverable, why didn't they just fire, then land, and then provide fire support? Why would they keep circling until then they got shot down? And it was just like, okay, that wasn't the greatest. Like, what are these pilots trained to do? I just didn't understand why they were behaving that way. These are military guys.
There's a lot of weird stuff. Like, I was really confused whether they knew military tactics or not. Like that sniper guy who didn't take the sniper shot at all. He's like, wait.
Well, no, Vega's like, wait until I give this, or whatever he was saying. I didn't even understand what was going on. But yeah, he had a clear shot of the one sniper Vorcha dude, and it's like he's the only one with a sniper rifle.
Yeah.
And then someone else picks up his sniper rifle and starts using it. It's like, if you take out the guy with the sniper rifle, good chance that you're not going to get shot from that distance, Vega. Just a good idea. Yeah.
Or get discovered.
Yeah, and well, until the crazy biotic guy starts.
It was just so funny how they're freaking out that they can't take him on, and then the 2 guys, the bionic guy and the chick, and Vega just destroy everyone. Like, just the chick with 2 guns jumps off a cliff and starts killing everyone.
Yeah, that's great. How I don't even know what her specialty is, but she just seems like a girl with an assault rifle and a heavy pistol, standing in the middle of a sand dune, trying to target 2 people at the same. It's like what military would train someone to do this? Like, it would not happen.
Yeah.
And I think the only character I really liked was the glasses dude. I was expecting the sniper guy to be the bad dude, like to reveal. Like, it seemed kind of obvious because he was always in the back, being protective, always never going with the team. I thought, you know what? If you're going to have that stereotype, it may as well be the sniper guy. But it turns out to be this random dude with a Hawaiian t-shirt with a baseball cap and sunglasses and a wristwatch, and he's a traitor. What is he? I can't remember.
Cerberus agent.
He's a Cerberus agent. As soon as I saw him, I was like, okay, it's either him or it's going to be the sniper who's going to be the undercover guy who's going to be screwing them over. And it turned out to be the most out of place, obvious dude.
Are we going to talk about the whole collector thing and the cure?
Well, I guess
because that was just so retarded.
I didn't even know there was a cure in the story. I thought if you play Mass Effect 2, Morden, one of the scientist guys, he creates a countermeasure which prevents these seeker swarms, these little bugs that freeze you, from making you frozen. But it doesn't stop them from doing it. It just sort of like they just avoid you. It's like kind of like bug repellent. Mm-hmm. But here we have a cure.
Yeah, that got discovered within minutes of them entering a secret underground location. Which, by the way, have you noticed that when the collectors attacked, that security place was completely closed in, and one guy with a rocket launcher, a civilian, was able to just destroy it.
Oh yeah,
like the most useless security system ever. One guy with like a random rocket launcher, I guess they're just lying around on the colony, fires 3 shots and it gets blown up.
I don't know what they were trying to go with, why this colony was there. We knew it was a pharmacy production facility, and now it's this secret base and there's stuff underneath, and I don't know why. What was going on? There was a whole talk about, we can't let you in because whatever, the Alliance won't let you. It's like, okay.
Yeah, by the way, so in the beginning, the special forces come in, they save the day, and then they're stuck on this planet for no reason.
Well, they assigned them to the planet for we don't know why.
Yeah.
they say it was because you're there already, or we don't have enough resources, or whatever.
But it just doesn't make any sense because none of the characters on that team have absolutely any value to the colony or the plot. Like you said, maybe if one of them was a secret agent, then it would kind of make sense. Plant them right there.
Yeah, they're there for 2 years, just being a security detail for nothing. And they're obviously lauded as heroes because they saved the colony.
And they keep the space turtle.
For 2 years.
For 2 years.
In the prison. He didn't stand trial. He's just there for
It's like, they didn't want to take me. They're afraid of me.
Yeah, he saves his life and they just keep him in prison. It's just like, okay, why wouldn't he go to like the Alliance law or court system and go through that as a prisoner of war? Yeah. Nope. Stay right.
And he notifies them by smacking the ground, so they hear him.
Oh yeah,
it was just so rad.
What's that loud earthquake? It's the Krogan.
It's the Krogan.
We have a problem. Okay, so let's actually talk about the one plot point, which is that crazy the alien device, which our Asari doctor is so impressed with. Oh my God, I never saw this before. And she's been there the entire time.
The one right at the beginning, right?
Yeah, and it's causing this interference. Yeah. And their mission is to destroy it. And they take the entire team to do a recon. They take every single soldier that's part of the security detail.
Well, they have to, it's their job. They have to do something, right?
They have to do something.
Otherwise, they might be back at the base and actually spot the huge giant collector ship coming out of orbit. It's like nobody noticed that they have this giant cannon up top that doesn't fire.
Yep, that's actually, you know what? That is the one accurate lore thing in the story. The cannon that they designed for defense doesn't actually work. That's consistent, apparently so. So they all the entire team goes to investigate this mysterious relic. They destroy it because it's causing interference with communications. As soon as they do that, this giant before they get to that, they bring it to this other altar, which is apparently not Prothean, and they contact Liara Tassoni, who's this Prothean expert we know from the Mass Effect series, and she has this crazy idea of this alien species who are going to destroy all life, like the Protheans, every 50,000 years, and it's ha ha ha, you're so weird. And then the collectors come. And that's the big conflict is, of course, the collector ship and their pods and their flying soldiers. So they have to then, what do? We have to stop them. And if you notice the seeker swarms, these bugs in the games, when you get paralyzed by these bugs, you're frozen stiff. You don't actually fall down. Your entire body atrophies and you can't move anything. In the story with the anime, everyone just collapses and then they freeze. So I actually like that better because it makes sense. But if the game came first, there's obviously a discontinuity. And Mass Effect games are notorious, or actually Bioware games are notorious for their discontinuity, especially Mass Effect series. So that's also consistent. They're consistently inconsistent. That's the whole point.
Yeah, I didn't find anything. Obviously, I haven't played the game, so wouldn't know anything about it.
That's good, because as a person who doesn't, you probably would enjoy this a lot more than I did. So
yeah, probably. Even though I did find it fairly boring.
Okay, well, what part didn't you find boring? What did you actually like about it?
I like the the space turtle again, the random the Krogan. Because the Krogan has the best strategy for defeating the collectors. We'll just ram their ship.
Yeah, do something they won't expect. Go directly in front of their guns.
Yeah, and then the whole thing about the ship being buried in the colony, like right there, it just made no sense for 2 years.
Yeah, for 2 years. And you actually saw on the map in the start where they were coming from.
Yeah, they were coming from the outside. They were trying to take the city. So basically they flew in, they landed their ships inside the colony. Then they went outside to attack it. That's the way the plot goes.
Well, Vega makes the choice after he meets with the Krogan to take the ship and attack the giant, overpowered, outnumbered opposing force by And of course, these late. I didn't even know they had these guns that they're like eyeballs, like the Sauron eyeballs that comes out of nowhere and just.
Oh yeah, on the ship.
Yeah, they just on this entire ship made out of rock. All of a sudden, boom, this eyeball comes and shoots the crap out of whatever it wants. And it's like they decide to fly through there. They go into the ship. They bring the Mesner guy, he's the cargo special, whatever. He's just a cargo guy. He just transports crap
for no reason.
And he ends up shooting the Krogan in the head because he's working with not only Cerberus but the collectors as well.
Yeah, they have some sort of secret agenda, or agreement of some sort.
Yeah, and I don't know why he would shoot the guy who's helping him get in because he doesn't want them destroyed. It's like, what are the chances of these guys actually accomplishing that task?
Yeah, there was absolutely no point of killing the Krogan.
Because
he was just flying the ship into.
Yeah, and this is what I also don't get. If he's working for both sides and he's trying to disguise himself, and then when he finally gets onto the ship, he's like, "Oh, well, I have all your data. You can't kill me. I'll send it to the Alliance." It's like, you're working for Cerberus. Why would you send your data to? It just, I don't know what his motives were. I don't know what he was trying to do. I know he was part of Cerberus, so he's obviously that crazy renegade sort of attitude. I can do anything, but he's a coward. Like, he's doing all this crazy renegade stuff, but he's totally scared of dying.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why would you have a character who's so secretive and manipulative and then extremely bold, killing people behind their back and whatever, and then when he's faced with death, he's like, he's just totally opposite. I do not understand that at all. It's like he had no comprehension that he was in mortal danger the entire time until,
and he apparently has just free access to roam the whole ship to find that Prothean device that reveals every secret.
Oh, yeah.
And he needs the blue chick.
And he's standing around with the giants, the extremely massively tall humanoid style.
Yeah, for no reason, like
collector. And he's right next to them, and they're talking and blah blah blah. And I need to figure out what's going on. And he has that crazy wristband because if he had an Omni tool, you can't pick up an Omni tool because it's a haptic. It's built into the guy's arm. So either the chick would have to be stuck with that plot device, the torn off guy's arm, or
which would have been awesome.
Which would have been awesome, yeah. Or you had to copy the data to her Omni tool.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're copying data, then you could just copy the data when she's stuck in space. Vega would have gone and saved the 70 or so odd colonists who are only still alive.
Spoiler.
Yeah. And why was it only the 70 people? Why didn't they wake up every single person?
That was probably on that ship from all their collecting.
Yeah. Why didn't they get like thousands?
Yeah, he should have just saved the whole ship. Landed the collector ship.
I don't know. I was a little skeptical. They actually found, I don't know why the collectors had a human ship in their ship.
Yes.
Like, I know they're collectors, but why would you collect that?
They collect ships too. Because when they said that the guy was in pilot school, but he failed, and the guy's like, "Oh, well, now you're going to learn." I figured he's going to take over the collector ship, not a human ship that happened to be there.
Oh, is that what
I thought that was going to happen, that he's going to just take over the whole ship.
Take over this alien technology that's completely superior to us.
Which, I mean, that's not uncommon in movies, in sci-fi movies or anime. That some random human who has just a little bit of, flight simulator experience can take over a whole alien ship.
That's right. It happens.
It happens all the time, apparently.
He'll just use his Omni tool and hack it. It's done.
Yeah, that would have made sense. But no, just a human ship that just happened to be there. And then and the ending was probably the best part of the whole movie.
And not because it was over, but because,
Yeah, the animation was really good. It was really, like, the whole movie felt to me really comical, kind of like silly action. But then the end was completely, psychotic,
Really?
Yeah, because the guy went crazy. I thought at first, like, when they start showing the flashback, I thought we're going to see another version of the ending, right? Like,
that's what I thought too. Yeah,
but I actually liked the fact that they didn't, that it was just like him going crazy.
Well, I didn't mind the first time they did that because they had the first flashback and he was remembering that little girl and, he let to leave her to take the data because the data he determined the data was more important than saving the 70 colonists. And he made his choice, and then he goes and sees the admirals, and they're standing there, and he's like, I made this horrible choice. And
how's that relation going to end happily ever after? The blue chick hates him for saving her.
She was weird. I didn't even know why she was there, but if they're going to have drama, they're going to have a crying blue chick all the time and a damsel in distress. Well, why not, right? So she's there. There's one guy left from his squad.
Who's happy. Who's like excited that Vega got the award and everything.
Right.
It's like, good job. We killed so many people and you saved one blue vagina.
And then they go back to the planet.
Yeah.
It's like, why? He just got new mission orders and he's back at the planet. And I'm like, what? That was his mission, to go back? Like, he came all this way to the Citadel for I don't know why he's at the Citadel, because that's not the head of the Alliance military. So he goes back to the Citadel, talks to these guys. They send him on a new mission. It's the N7 program thing, or to submit him to that. And he goes back to the planet, and then they draw out that whole choice thing again. And it's like, okay, we get it. We know it's a big deal.
And they foreshadowed it right at the start of the movie when he's like, because Vega has this, crush on Shepard and how he made a decision or something and saved both or something like that.
Well, he's a bloody Boy Scout with his, I don't know, that badge on his chest. Badge. Normandy was like, what does Vega have to do with the Normandy? Like, nothing. He's just a fanboy, pretty much, loving Shepard and the Normandy and what they did at the battles.
What would I do if I had the same decision?
I know. And I think one time he comments, if Shepard were here, he would learn to save everyone.
Yeah, he would save everyone.
I was like,
which he could.
Okay.
Because like the blue chick, when she was, by the way, like, if you don't want to be saved, don't tell the other person that you have all this secret important information that could save the whole human race and the whole galaxy. Like, don't say anything. She
was just being because if she did obviously not tell Vega that, Vega would be like, forget her chick. I can't get anywhere with her. I'm just gonna go save the little girl I love so much. He would have totally just took off.
And here's the thing. She has all this information in that little thing, the palm thing or whatever. The eye, whatever the agent had, right? And she tells him, the collectors are the Protheans that were converted by the Reapers or whatever, right? Well, the information to retrieve, in order to retrieve that information, the Prothean thing is in the collector ship. So had they just saved that ship with all the people inside, they would have achieved the same goal. There is no need to save the blue chick.
I'm still kind of concerned. How and why did the collector ship crash? I don't exactly recall.
Smacked into the planet.
Yeah, but why did it fall? Like, what did it do to, like, what did they destroy?
Nothing.
Like, was there like an engineering station they blew up?
At one point they said we should, when they flew into the ship, they said, let's attack their engines or something like that.
Oh, they did? But did they actually do that?
I don't know. I can't remember. I know there was a giant lead battle that was just weird.
Because the problem I have with the ending is Vega and that sniper dude's in the ship, right? So they're in that human ship, and they're really close by, assuming the 70 colonists who are also plummeting to their death.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're right there, and you're deciding to leave the ship somehow. I'm assuming blow away the same route the sorry chick left, and they're both plummeting to the planet. So
yeah, how did he escape out of the collector ship with a giant human ship?
They never showed it. That's the thing. If they're about to crash into the planet, you're dead. Both of them are dead. Like, that chick is gone. As soon as he hits the atmosphere, she's toast. The ship would have some time. It has to go through all the layers of the atmosphere, and the bottom part of it would melt away and explode and whatnot. But at the same time, you have to then escape that. So if you're going to go collect those 70 people, that's going to take at least a few minutes. They're going to jump on the ship and whatever. Then you have to find the way through the ship, and then blow a door out, and then all of a sudden you're going to hit an atmosphere, and you're going to go flying upwards, and it's going to cause all these problems. So, and it happens like right when they're about to smash. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden you just boom, and then the thing blows away, and all of a sudden she's okay, and everyone else is dead.
Yeah, and I think honestly, if you're facing that situation, I don't know anyone who would actually pick the blue check for no fucking reason.
I think it has to do with the data. If you do not have the data,
But she said like the most important part that the Protheans were Reapers or something like that. They were corrupted or something. The collectors were Protheans that were corrupted by the Reapers or something.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, like she said it as she was dying. And I think that was pretty much the most important part. Like, who gives a shit about anything else?
Well, the funny thing is, after the ship explodes, they go back to the Citadel. You hear Anderson. He's like, "Oh, this will advance our technology, and this will do this." And even though we lost the colony and all the people there, and I'm thinking, you know what? Those are the goals of Cerberus. They don't really care about who dies and who lives, so long as they advance humanity. And I'm thinking, you know what? You just became the thing where you're against. And it's just this funny little scene where you're like, okay, thanks.
Yeah, you were left on that colony to defend the colonists, and you failed at one mission.
I know, you've been doing there for 2 years, and something happens, and you screw it up. But you did get us some data, and you advanced our technology. So
here's the medal.
We're gonna promote you, yeah.
And none of you are happy except for that one guy.
Okay, who's still alive?
Okay, so I have a question for you. Does this help the games at all?
No, it does not.
Okay.
It actually, you might say it helps the character of James, so that when you talk to him in Mass Effect 3, you sort of understand what kind of character he was. At the same time, you're comparing a character in a video game who's like this giant grunt, who's like an ape man, to an animated ape man who's jumping around doing front flips and defying gravity and just acting insane and stupid in an anime. So it's not really helpful, but if you just want to look at it as a form of entertainment, that okay, this character has a backstory, it might improve your enjoyment of James. But if you actually know Mass Effect beforehand, even a little bit of the lore, you'll notice gun sounds are off, the shuttles are off, the technology is off, characters aren't what they are. They didn't get the voice actors for the two admirals. They didn't do all the work they should have done, and it felt like that they left that all in the hands of the Japanese producers or whatever Funimation or Production IG did, which you really need to do if you're jumping to a different medium of for your series, and you want, like, if they go into the movies, like a live action, which I believe they're doing,
yeah,
it's going to be the same thing. It really is. It doesn't matter how much money they put into visual effects. It doesn't matter how much money they put into anything else. If they don't get the lore down, even small amounts, like a gun should look like this and sound like that, and that's all the weapons they have in the entire game is one style of gun. You know, keep it simple. That would work, but they're not. They're going to just go crazy with detail. They're going to get prop artists and people to change costumes and change the ship types and how they're going to do elevators, how the elevators are going to look and how they're going to work. That's going to really break away. Now, maybe that's good, because obviously directors have some freedom in movies and you can tell a different story that way. And if that's the thing, then you'll have like movie version of the Mass Effect franchise, and you'll have anime version, and you'll have game version. Well, mind you, the game version changes every game. So who knows what they're going to retcon next, right?
Yeah.
So coming into Mass Effect, knowing what you know about what they've done to everything, it doesn't matter. It'll change every time. They'll constantly change themselves, which is not what you want to see in an epic trilogy space opera. You want consistency. You want characters doing what they're supposed to do. You want a sense of, hey, I've been here before. I know what's going on. I'm a fan. I can relate. Not, why are these characters behaving the way they are? Why is technology different? Like it blows plot holes into Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3. This anime, like it's just so bizarre. Now that they have this data about the collectors, then the events of Mass Effect 2 wouldn't have happened before, because the Alliance would have known what would happen.
Well, this is supposed to be between 2 and 3, right?
It is right before 2 and during the events of 2.
Oh, because on the Wikipedia it says it was between 2 and 3.
I don't know about that. It's definitely before 2, and because Shepard's dead. Everyone knows Shepard's dead. And then at the end of the movie, we find out
they say, yeah, he's alive. Apparently.
He's alive. And then, so it's during the events of Mass Effect 2 and before. So I'm assuming, it is right before Mass Effect 3 starts. Whatever happens to Vega, who knows? Because again, Vega gets brought back to the same Fel Prime. And it's like, okay, now what? You're going to cry every day? Is it, what are you going to do on this planet until they transfer you back? It's dumb. So, yeah, that was our quick and dirty, off-the-cuff look at Paragon Lost.
Just complete destruction.
Not complete destruction. There was some good stuff there. You just have to not care about Mass Effect or its lore and enjoy anime.
And Space Turtles.
There you go.
Space Turtles are awesome.
with the eye patch, yeah.
Yeah, the eye patch.
I love that eye patch. It doesn't even go around his head. It just sort of bolted in place in his face.
Best character ever.
Oh boy. Tune in next episode where I'll be looking at every single inconsistency I've seen between Paragon Lost and the established Mass Effect lore.
Till next time, guys.